What's going on, YouTube? This is Willie Licks, aka Master4999. Gonna be doing another G-Shock review. If you guys watch my videos, you know I'll review all sorts of pieces from really plain models to limited editions. I like collecting all sorts of G-Shocks. This one today is one of the most common, I don't want to say one of the most common, but one of the most sought after limited editions. This is the Dean Ricky. Here's the box. This is a cartoon of Dean Ricky. Here's the model number. GA111DR-7A CR. CR is America, possibly other countries. The Japan one would be -7AJR. Here's the tin. You can already see it's very colorful. Here's Dean Ricky again. Here's our tin. It says G-Shock and Dean Ricky in different colors. Now, this is the second collaboration Dean Ricky did with G-Shock. The first one was the black one, which pretty much looks identical to this. A little bit different color scheme, but it's a black GA110. The black one's a little bit more rare than this one. Not a little bit, quite a bit more rare, quite a bit more valuable. As of right now, they're selling for over $900 new, around $550, $600 used. These are selling for, I don't know, I'd say around $400 or up to $400, maybe a little bit under new. So still pretty expensive for a limited edition that cost $130 when it came out. Here's the manual. This uses module 5146. There we go. And as you can see, this watch is brand new, still in the plastic wrapping. Here's the tag. GA111DR-7A. Here's the watch. So, it's the GA110. We've got a lot of colors going on. Up top, there's this is a white base watch. It's a matte finish, but it almost looks like it has like a very, very slight gloss on it compared to some 6900s that can be matte, like the FS8 that I did a review on. That's a bit more matte than this kind of watch, or the matte GA110s. It says G-Shock in yellow. It says adjust in mode, forward and reverse in red and blue, and they're alternating. It says protection in green. And you got Dean Ricky in red background with yellow text. And then you can see we got blue and red buttons. They're both like diagonal. So you got the blue words with the blue buttons. You got the red words on the front. Mode, reverse with the red buttons. It's your normal metal buckle. Here's the back plate. You guys can see it says GA111DR, and there's a picture of Dean Ricky right there on the back. So just it's kind of funny, but when I believe this watch, I like to give a lot of background information in my reviews. This watch, I believe, came out in late 2011, and right now it's September. It's the end of September 2012. So I think this watch came out a little less than a year ago. I'm not positive, but that's what I think. I only started collecting G-Shocks New Year's this past year, so I've been collecting G-Shocks for about 9 or 10 months. Some of you guys might think I've been collecting for a lot longer, but I haven't. Now, I remember seeing pictures of this. I didn't see it in the store or anything, but I saw pictures of this watch online and stuff, and I was like, wow, that is a really ugly watch. I just thought it was really flamboyant. I thought it was too rainbowy. And I didn't think of anything. I didn't know G-Shocks well enough at the time to be like, oh, this is a limited edition. This is going to be crazy rare and collectible. I better like stock up on some of these or something like that. I honestly just didn't think too much into G-Shocks at that point, that I wasn't thinking that this is going to be a really sought after model or anything. But I've obviously changed my tune because I like this piece. I really appreciate it for what it is. Even if it's not my pure cup of tea, I appreciate how collectible it is and why it's so collectible. And the reason why I believe it's more collectible than a lot of other limited editions, obviously there's not too many GA110 limited editions, but you can see the kind of work that goes into this watch. You got the negative display on the bottom, you got the positive display on the top, you got the clock hands are red, and then you got inside, under the glass you got yellow and red and blue, and then you got some green over here with the timer. There's just a lot more detail into this kind of a watch versus, let's say, the new Information GLX150, where they just slapped information on the side of it and tried to push it out as a nice limited edition. And the Black D and Ricky looks similar, so to be devil's advocate, someone might say, oh, well, all they did was put on a white watch this time. Yeah, that's kind of true, but it was just so popular, and I think they really just hit such a core when making this watch that I think there was just such a demand for it, and it was such an interesting idea off the bat that they could run two different watches out with pretty much the same concept. Just to give you a little more comparison, this was the first G-Shock I've ever owned. This is a GA111DR-7A. Really nice watch. Exact same watch as this one. My girlfriend got me this watch for Christmas. That's why this is the one that got me into collecting. But yeah, if we look real quick, you'll notice on the GA110C, it's white. It's that same like very slight gloss, but I'd consider these matte watches. And then you got gray buttons. You got all different, some gray and some white inside the face of the watch. Two positive displays, the bottom and the top. This one's got a positive on top, and then it's got a negative on the bottom. And then all the lettering on here is, this is like a light gray, and this almost looks like a darker gray where it says like mode adjust. And obviously the back plates are different. But yeah, same exact watch, just this one costs 4 times as much. But definitely a popular module. I think this module only came out a couple years ago. There were a lot of hypercolors released of this in the last year and a half that are, to my knowledge, no longer going to be produced. But the few collaborations that there has been with the GA110s, they have put a ton of effort into making them really unique. The Rush is one example. I think there were 100 pieces of that made. It's got some crazy, it's not so crazy, but it's got some interesting stuff on the band, and of course the big part of selling that is the geometric case it comes in. And then the one that just came out was the Maharishi, the black and white GA110 with, I believe, it might be reversed. One of the displays are negative on that. I think it might be the top one. I don't have it around me right now. And there's, of course, that whole zebra kind of print, a black and white print all over the band. But yeah, so this is just a little review. Sure, if you guys are watching this, you've definitely seen one of these before. If not in person, you've probably seen a video of one of these, so I'm not going to go overboard. But let me know what you guys think. Please comment, rate, subscribe. I've been putting up a lot of videos lately. Give a couple shout-outs real quick to G-Shock Prince. He's been putting up a lot of videos. Really nice dude. Danny Handsome, Mike835, Chavo. I saw G-Shock Warrior just put up another video the other day. He hasn't put one up in a while. That was nice. He got a pretty crazy mint condition, unused or unworn, I think 98 World Cup France piece, 6900. He just did a video on yesterday or the day before. But yeah, Rasta guns. If I'm forgetting anybody, forgive me. But that's about it. So let me know what you guys think. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll be back soon with another video review.